Hey guys, Mike here, and this is my Batman Arkham Origins New Game Plus guide. I left this little beginning part in just to show that I did select New Game Plus. I suppose I should probably say New Game Plus is if you played Arkham City, then I'm gonna assume you know what New Game Plus was, but for anyone that maybe didn't play that game or just didn't really bother with New Game Plus, New Game Plus is basically the game is automatically on hard. It takes away the counter icon, even though in this moment here I get the button prompt to say counter. I don't know, it's weird. I think I remember there's one other cutscene from what I've recorded so far where the counter button shows up on screen even though it technically shouldn't. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know if it was like a glitch or what, but and then the other thing is that the enemy types change up, so the harder enemies that you wouldn't face until like later on, like the guys with the riot shields or the guys with the body armor, they show up a lot sooner than they do normally in the story, because I think in this video I have one of the heavy armored guys, and the first time I did that particular fight, the armored guy wasn't there. So, and a theme that you'll notice throughout this entire guide is when it comes to the combat system, I'm not the best one at it. And it was weird right there because I was hitting the direction to attack the next guy, but because I don't know, I guess because that guy that I did the takedown move on is the one you have to interrogate, it like fucked up the flow of the combo system or something. So Batman just ended up just standing there like a dumbass for like 2 seconds.
Where's Black Mask? How the hell should I know? I'm going to make you talk.
I should also say, for my first playthrough, I didn't really complete any of the side missions, like the penguin catch cases or whatever, and the Black Mask ones, or the Deadshot or Shiva side missions or anything like that. So I don't have any of those special abilities from completing those. So as long as I didn't do that out of the purpose of the guide, it's just that I just didn't take the time to go after those things. But it kind of worked out in the end, since I can show this as a guide that just by beating the game once, you can use this guide to help you out. As far as the upgrades go, I should have shown the upgrade system, like what my upgrades were, a lot sooner than I do in this guide. I think the third or fifth video, I think, is when I first show the upgrade screen. Basically all the combo, like the health upgrades and the armor upgrades and all that stuff, I have all that unlocked. And then about 5 of the Predator upgrades I have, and then I believe I have I think at the beginning of this guide I had 7 of the artillery. Sorry, I can't say that word very well. Upgrades. That combo move, the multi. I think it's called the multi takedown. I believe it's A and B that you press. That one comes in very handy when you've knocked down like 3 or 4 guys, especially when you're dealing with like 10 enemies. Since Batman just jumps in the air and just throws batarangs at whatever guys are on the ground. Which, trust me, in some of these battles where you have like 10 or so guys, that one comes in very handy. Towards the end of the game on my first playthrough, that multi takedown saved my ass during a couple of the fights. And some of the smaller fights, it actually makes the fight go a lot quicker. There's one I show a little bit later on where I literally took out like all 6 guys in I think like under a minute, which for me is very impressive. Let's see here, I'm trying to think. I think I covered everything that I need to say. Yeah, like I said, like when it comes to the combat system, you know, I'm not the best person at it. There's points in some of these battles where I'm clearly hitting the counter button like when I'm supposed to, but it's like I'm just not countering the moves because either it's what the punch or kick that Batman's doing is like the counter just doesn't work, or I don't know. I've noticed in some of the fights where I think it's whatever move Batman's doing determines whether or not he's able to counter a move. Even if you do hit the counter button like right when you're supposed to, or you have plenty of time where you've hit it where it should have countered, but for whatever reason he doesn't. I don't know. But the other thing I'm doing with this guy is that for any of the boss fights, I'm purposely separating them into their own video for easier to make it easier for people to find a particular boss fight. So this video is gonna end right before the Killer Croc boss fight. And the only boss fight that isn't technically by itself is the Executioner boss fight, just because of how much of a joke that one is. So I include like the 5 seconds of that fight, and then the actual, you know, what I would consider the boss fight of that thing is the battle with the 15 enemies that show up in that pit after. So yeah, I don't think there's really, and yeah, the rest of this video is just climbing up to the Killer Croc boss fight. So I will see you there.
It better be, or the next thing that gets smashed will be your face! The memory card is damaged, but I should be able to recover most of the data back at the Batcave.